Hello and welcome to Steve's Backyard Bonsai. Today I want to do what I should have done weeks ago, and that is empty the seed tray, which has all the cuttings in it from my larches, from my Japanese holly. That might be my boxwood actually, I don't recall. I think it's the boxwood I put in there. I'll have to look back at the videos. It's not looking so good, but maybe it rooted. I don't know about the larches. I also have a Thuja occidentalis primo cutting in here that I really want to develop, and a Chinese elm, which I know has rooted because they've escaped. All right, so let's get into this and see if anything has roots, and if it does, I'll just plant it up. I need a larch for my larch landscape. So I'm hoping I can develop one during the next season that will look presentable enough to be in the first low row. Some of them look pretty healthy. This one sent out great extensions and it's slowing down now, but so is that all the other larches. Okay, let me get started on this. See what we have. I know this is dead. I know this is dead. This is probably dead. But let's see what else is alive. Okay, I'll begin with the dead tree, with the obvious dead tree. Just isolating it. And try to get it out with the soil. It's not going to be easy, I know. But trying out this technique. See what I get. Okay, it's easy to see this never got even a root on it. I'm expecting a lot of them to look like this. Because that's what I saw. Oops, tripped over myself. That's what I saw when I looked at this. I last looked at these roots in April. So I'm hoping that those, what was it, 4 months, April, May, June, July, August, going on 5 months. That was the end of April. I'm hoping that there's been some progress. The indispensable spatula donated from the kitchen. And when I say indispensable, I mean if you have an opportunity to grab a spatula and put it with your bonsai tools, very helpful. Certain situations. So if they escaped, I got roots, a little bit of root. Look. How exciting. Very nice. Let me wash this off. Roots, nice roots. Some white ones too, a little high up. And I may have broken it, but that looks nice. Okay, moving on to the next one. So it looks like I had regular potting soil mixed with old bonsai soil and then sand on top. I want to adjust how I do this in the future. You know, learn from my mistakes kind of thing. Roots. Okay, Nigel Saunders said in comments that he has gotten root larch to root, but the larches have never survived the winter. The ones that he rooted from cuttings. They never survived the winter. Look at that. Huh? Can you see that? Beautiful. Nice. Wish I could take a little poll to see if you're bored with this. It's so hard to know what this audience appreciates or wants to go fast forward. And at least with YouTube, you do have that option. So if you're fast forwarding this, maybe you can stop at every one that I'm showing with roots, just so you get the same enjoyment I'm getting. Roots. Or roots, as they say in the Midwest. Look at that. Those are pretty nice. A little one-sided. But tell me you don't see that in nature. The deep substrate is nice because I know it stays wet down below. Because I have these in a tray, which I swamp and then let dry out. And that seems to be a good success point. Quite nice. Quite nice. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Both are moving. And once again, I do apologize for the tedious nature of some of my videos, but I'm here doing it. I know some of you appreciate this and are doing it yourselves. But as I said, you got that fast forward button if you need it. This was my fusion project. I fused a few together hoping I would get something. And I got a lot of almost. So I'll try and keep it alive. But I think I might just undo this and take out what I know is dead. Luke is crawling under my feet, probably because he saw a bee. My brave companion is afraid of bees. Never been stung, maybe because he's so cautious. All right, big surprises on the bottom of this? Yeah, I'm not surprised anymore. Look at that. If you ignore these two high ones, we've got a pretty nice radial root base there. All right, I'm going to go for the Thuja. I got my fingers crossed. I really want another primo. a little one, and this fits the description. The place where I cut this off of the parent plant completely healed over. And it's got such a nice structure. Yes. Pardon my excitement. Would you look at that? Yeah, I really needed to rescue these. Look at that. Never give up. Never give up. That's not true on everything. Just told Marisol from Frostbite Bonsai that I've given up on my Ming Aurelia. So I give up on some things. A little outrageous on the one side, but not bad at all. Look at that. I'm gonna have to get another. I was only expecting one or two of these to have struck, honestly. I'll have to start, and I might do that now. Yeah, it's not a good time to do it, but why not? I still got a couple of months. I can keep them in the greenhouse, keep them nice and moist. I have an appropriate little pot. Yeah, I might get them started in a little forest. Who knows? You never know. All right, coming around to the next little bunch. And this guy was dead. Yeah. How exciting. How exciting. Radial. Nigel Saunders also said one time, cuttings get the nicest radial root base. And boy, is he right. Some lovely roots, some reaching up, but I have learned about root pruning from some really spectacular bonsai artists. I don't always do it, but I do believe in the importance of it. All right. Here's an example of why you don't want to bury your cuttings so deeply. You get multiple root planes. This might be one I discard, or I give it a chance. So I view this tray as a success. The method was swamping. I don't remember who it was, but somebody in my comments had suggested it. It worked for my Dawn Redwoods. It has worked for my Thuja occidentalis primo, and it has worked for the larches, given enough time. You know, I think this is one of the ones I looked at in April and put back. Very nice. I guess this is my boxwood. Yeah, do boxwoods root from cuttings? The answer is yes, but not real well. Well, maybe. I can discern a root plane out of this. I'll probably bury it a little deeper and just cut this bottom piece off. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Larch root from cuttings. I just got to keep them alive over winter, don't I? Everything's moving, so maybe the journey through the mesh below was not so successful. Excellent, excellent rootage. Look at that. So this wasn't the Chinese elm that I really liked the structure of as much as the other, and the other one had no roots at all. It is growing outside, it does look fine. I put it in a little pot, and I left room in that little pot for this one, but I don't know, depends on what I get here. First the larch. Got a big mass of something here. I have to wash them both together and pry them apart. Yeah, okay, okay, oops. The last larch. And the Chinese elm. Look. There you go. That's not a bad little tree. Look at that. I'm going to take the primo, the boxwood, put it in there, I'll move them. I'll count my cuttings so I can report. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 little larches, all rooted. Okay. Well, it sure is hot in the greenhouse. It didn't start out that way today. It's very humid. If you see me, I might be covered in sweat, but that's cool. So what I'm doing is preparing a little plastic cheapo landscape pot. With bonsai soil. I don't have to put any screens in this. This has the screen incorporated in the design. Very handy for this type of thing. Now, I don't necessarily want these roots to mesh. I just want to do something quickly. And into bonsai soil. In the spring, as time permits, I will transfer these into pond baskets like I did with my Dawn Redwoods and let them spend out the summer in the pond baskets, growing out any way they like. Making some branches. I'll do some branch selection, and that'll be that. Okay. Now that I've done this, I'm going to take a tip from Tom Novak of Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. And I have some Mikos, which I bought on your recommendation, Tom. I've used it. I can't say that I've actually seen good results, but I want to give these roots every chance to take off. They've got a good month and a half, if not 2 months. Long Island weather is pretty stable right now, and it's going to remain hot, and unless we get a hurricane, which we can get, then I should have some growing weeks in front of me. All right, I just wanted to get a little of that into the soil pretty evenly. And if it helps, it helps. It can't hurt. And got some beneficial bacteria as well. The Azos brand from Extreme Gardening. Also a recommendation from Tom. This is more powdery and white. I think I'll do this onto the roots directly as I plant these. All right, I've roughly sized them. I'm not going to really worry about placement. Get some beneficial bacteria onto and around the roots. And get this tree planted. I'll work that all in just a bit. Just want it to stay put. This is so much fun. These are my babies. All right, this one has kind of a extra piece. Probably need it, but oh well. Okay, I'll do the rest of these in time lapse. That should be fun to watch. All right, so this is my little larch forest that I hope survives the winter. I'm going to leave it outside where it'll get watered in the evening, and I'll bring it in the greenhouse for the winter. I'll keep it on the floor, and it should be okay. I try to keep the temperature above freezing. There are nights when I can't help it. I'll do my best to protect it, but these are cuttings off of my other trees that all rooted. How cool is that? I didn't put the fusion one in here, but I have it outside in a different seed tray, and we'll see if that survives. The stones are just some decorative stones I had. They'll help keep the trees upright. The wind should not have much effect on these trees, and they should be going bald in just a few weeks anyway. Well, more than a few weeks. I hope they grow. I hope the roots continue to grow at least through October. That's in line with how the weather has been lately. All right. Thank you very much for keeping me company in my backyard. I'm sorry I'm not letting you see me, but I am a sweaty mess. Working in the greenhouse has its advantages, but staying cool is not one of them.